Okay, I want to go over cable price action and what I'm looking for going into next week and probably the next few weeks. I presented a bullish case on this on Twitter as an alternative because a majority of the views I see are bearish on cable, and that's understandable as the price action since January of this year has been choppy and looks pretty terrible. A lot of overlap and a lot of whip and just little rolls up. So I just want to go over this in full. It'll take about 5 minutes and present a bullish case and the more bearish one, which I'm going to lean towards, as I feel that it will turn back down, but I am looking for a new weekly high ultimately. So I am favoring the upside just here. So from 2014, from this three-wave correction here, we're trying to complete 5 waves down to finish off this entire segment. I present let me go over this first of all. 5 down, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now there are two options, 4 and 5, or, as I have it printed here, a truncation for 5. This is not perfect, but I'm viewing this as a possibility for a bullish turn. So if this is a fifth wave truncation in here, the view is that we have a bullish wave underway. And this will take just a minute. The only view that I can see to make this bullish is to treat this segment essentially as a leading diagonal. So from the truncated fifth wave, we would have wave 1, wave 2, and then 1 of 3, 2 of 3, and now a very impulsive third wave up, well up into the Brexit area of about 145. Or whatever, way up in any case, like that. That is the bullish case that I have for this 1, 2, 1, 2, entering an aggressive third wave now. I think it's a possibility, I suppose. I cannot formulate another one with this type of corrective wave movement, aside from one long leading diagonal, short correction, strong move up, another correction, and now a strong move up. What I think is probably more likely, however, is that this will ultimately turn back down and that we're looking at a long-winded sideways and slightly up correction for larger wave 4 from 2014 and to see a move back down to 120. The view on that, in my opinion, is that we will see a new high here, and from this new high above 137, 136 and change, above that high, we will turn down. Now my view is that it's unlikely to turn down from this high. A lot of traders I've seen are looking at this segment here on the daily from 20 September as a 5-wave down. I also presented this, I think, in the last video, or at least on Twitter, as an impulsive down wave here from 20 September into about 6 October or so. I feel that this is probably finished. It is possible that it will find a high up here, but I'm looking at this right now as one wave down, a 3-wave correction here, and this impulse down here, truncated slightly above the low here. But I feel that that's actually enough to make just a 3-wave move like this with a brief truncation. Now on the weekly, what I'm looking at, there is significant divergence here, and each new high in this pair has not been confirmed with the stochastics. The only way to get the stochastics to make a new high would be to see price really take off and for this to follow. I think what is probably more likely is that we see one more high, we get another confirming bearish divergence here, and then this thing rolls over. So I'm going to look on a new high above 136 and change for bearish divergence and for this to turn back over. I don't think it will do so beneath the 20 September high, though we'll see what happens. I feel that the divergence will kick in on this pair, and in any case, it is there, and divergence tends to work quite well. There are a lot of false signals on the divergence, But when it works, like it did on US Canadian and Euro New Zealand earlier this year for those two big trades, it really kicks in. So if we can get a new high above 136 and some kind of like shooting star, gravestone doji, engulfing reversal of some manner, I would look for this to turn back down aggressively and head for that new low with the divergence, and that would probably take up a good part of 2018. It's really difficult to be bullish on this, not just because of the choppy price action, but because I fucking hate Brexit and I don't want to see it. So I would rather see this turn over, frankly, but trying to remain somewhat objective anyway about this. So those are the two views: a forced 1-2-1-2, or a more likely, given price action, divergence on the new high, bearish move. So until we get that new high, I'm going to favor a move up. Feeling this is done as a 3 and that we are moving up strongly, there will be probably a little hangman to close the day. What I would say on the monthly is that going into next week, if there is a correction in this, I would look for the area of about 133, 133.50, 132.50 to hold. The supporting 8 EMA on the monthly is there. That is a pretty good indicator for support when price is above it. As you can see, price has been below it most of the time here. Now it's just holding above it. I would expect any touch or near touch of the 8 EMA to send this back up. We had that in November on Euro US dollar. The 8 EMA is a bit of gold for a moving average. So any correction into 133 next week, I'll be looking for support to be held into, and for a new high above 13657. So that's the view. I might post another video on US dollar yen, which has been working mostly okay this week, and I have a view on that to go higher. Okay, bye-bye.